This is Danielle, live from the AFCA. I had the opportunity to sit down with football coaches to discuss how social media can impact an individual's brand, as well as the brand of an institution. Here is what they had to say. So how long have you been coaching?
7 years.
10 years.
I've been coaching for 13 years now.
25 years coaching football.
I've been a football coach for going on 8 years now.
Reggie, tell me a little bit about your football career.
Well, I went to Alabama State University for college, 4 years of college in Montgomery, Alabama. Then I was blessed to get drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars in 1996. I played five years there with the Jaguars. After leaving there, I went to the Oakland Raiders, and I was there for a season. And then after being in Oakland, I went to Tampa Bay for 2 years to play there under Coach John Gruden.
What character qualities do you look for in new recruits?
So what we really want to emphasize in our program is 3 character values. It's accountability, confidence, and effort. Those are the ones we want to raise in our players. So definitely it's necessary that they have them in the first place, but there are so many other things we look for, like honesty, like trust, reliability. But mainly we want to build up those 3 things: the accountability, the confidence of the players, and the effort to deliver on and off the football field.
Can you tell me a little bit about your coaching career?
Yeah, so I started coaching at Alabama State. Well, my first job was coaching at my high school, at Lanier High School in Montgomery, Alabama. And then after that, I went to Alabama State to be a quarterback coach. I was a quarterback coach for a few years. And then I was blessed to get the head job there. So I was a head coach at Alabama State for 8 years. After leaving there, I went to Virginia State, and I was blessed to have that job. And of course, I've been at Virginia State for 4 years now.
So we know that assessing talent is crucial. Why is it beneficial to assess a recruit's interpersonal skills?
I think it's essential just because how they interact with people in their personal life is how they're going to interact with people on their team. And if you can't have positive communication skills off the field, you're not going to be able to be successful on the field.
You can look at a player on the field and you know who they are. You can look at their film, you see exactly what it is they can do. You can talk about their bench press, their squat, their hang clean. We can talk about all that. I'm not interested in that. I want to know the kid. I think that's more important. When you bring a person into your program, you want to know what they're going to do to your culture. You want to know who they are as a person, what their family background is, everything that you can possibly know about that person, because that's really who you're getting. You're getting that person. You're not getting the athlete. The athlete's easy. The person's a lot more complex.
What are the 3 topics most controversial to discuss online?
Racism, relationships.
Anything that has to do with politics.
Have you ever had to dismiss a coach or a student athlete for inappropriate online behavior?
I haven't had to dismiss them from the team, but I did have a player that I suspended for a game because he thought it was fun to go make fun of another school after they lost the game.
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yes, I've had to dismiss a student for some inappropriate stuff that he had online, and it was pretty serious. It wasn't the first time. So
we've not had to dismiss one directly for inappropriate online behavior, but we have confirmed some other behaviors that led to dismissals by social media and things like that. So
now, I have had an athlete that graduated at a program who lost his scholarship because of something that he posted online. So I've seen it happen. It's not pretty, but dismissing myself, no. But have I witnessed it? Yes.
Why is it important to monitor the social media of your athletes or staff?
I have noticed that most of the conflicts that happen during football games typically start with social media before a game takes place. So when you monitor that, it's a lot easier to see what's coming during a game, or to see what could possibly happen during a game.
Yeah, that's become really critical because it's a reflection of everybody and everyone in the program. And so one mistake on social media is a permanent scar, and it doesn't go away. It's hard to get rid of. And so it becomes crucial that we educate our players from day one, and which we do, but to monitor and stay on top of it, because their peers have a great influence and a great temptation to get drawn into possibly a bad situation.
I think in our business of coaching football, it's about the rest of their life. You know, their 4 years in college is important, but we're getting them ready for the real world. And so social media affects that. The decisions that they make and things they post can affect them 20 years from now, especially if you try to go into politics, you know. So it is really helpful and it can really hurt them. And so we want to educate them as much as possible.
Why is it important to provide internet and social media training for your athletes and staff?
Because the internet can be a positive tool and a very dangerous tool. So you don't want to damage your image of the program or the student athlete. So it's best to just train them, make sure that they're aware of how they present themselves to the outside world.
I think it just goes along with why we practice the game. I mean, if you're not going to practice your skills and develop your skills in all aspects of life, it kind of goes back. You're not going to be as successful as you could be.
Why is it important to manage the online reputation of your program?
I think that's extremely important because in the digital age that we live in today, everything's on the internet. If somebody doesn't know something, the first thing they do is they Google it. Well, if they want to know something about our university, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go online and look at it, and they're going to go on Twitter, they're going to go on Facebook, and search, what's going on, what good and bad is happening with this university before I send my son or daughter, or before I decide to go to school there. So it's extremely important to manage that reputation, because that's all you have is your reputation.
You're all over the place when you're talking about online. Everybody sees you. It's not just the opportunity to see you, it's the opportunity to see your program and what it's all about. So you really don't hide anything when it comes to an online presence. And when you do, well, you put things out there that sometimes can be misconstrued. A lot of times things are taken the wrong way. So the reputation of your program can be diminished by one false step really quickly. And when you're talking online, it moves fast.
Would it be beneficial to have a program that offered push notification alerts whenever a reputation red flag is raised?
Yeah, any way that coaches can have another level of security with their kids and making sure their program is not doing anything wrong online. I think anything like that helps. Yeah, it would be good to have notifications sent to coaches and let them know their kids are doing good things and bad things.
Well, I think we can catch somebody if they're going down the wrong road. They're starting to get on social media and starting to post their own things. If we get alerts, we can alert them. Listen, this is borderline. You continue on this, you're gonna get dismissed from school, or it can cost your job down the road because everybody's looking at your social media sites now to see what you're saying and who your friends are, see what kind of language you're using, things of that nature. So we want to try to save them if we can.
Absolutely. Just for the simple fact of today and time, our head coach has a saying that bad news doesn't get better with time. And it's one of those things where the sooner we get to it, the better. The sooner we can get it fixed, the sooner we can get it corrected, the less likely it is to get out on a massive scale. Kind of like the previous question with our reputation, it's everything. So as soon as we can get it fixed and salvage the reputation, the better.
Yeah, definitely, because then you'll be able to see and get onto something right away versus it going on further and further along, snowball effect, and then you end up having a bigger issue than what it might have been.
Have you ever run into any issues with recruits or staff on social media or misusing social media?
I mean, I think indirectly and not directly. I read about guys who might have put something on the internet, whether it was right then or whether it was a while back, that came back to haunt them. I've posted stuff on social media myself that I won't say everybody might have disagreed with, but there might have been one or two people that might have disagreed with it. So I certainly understand that the things that you put on social media, you have to be careful. You have to monitor your players. You have to talk about it with them at all times about what not to do. But, they're 17, 18-year-old kids, so sometimes they still do it. And I just think having some type of system set up where you can get a ready alert when that happens, so you'll be able to correct that.
For more information on how Brandheimer protects what is most important to you, message me today, and I'll talk to you then.